Okay, we are in... That's right, you can't hear anything. We are in a place, believe it or not, called Whispering Palms. I feel so gentle. I feel at peace with myself. Well, but we're not going to talk about me, are we? No, we're going to talk about this super cool project called Whispering Palms. So what we're going to do, we're going to step right in where my friend Case is waiting for me, who is the guy behind this project. So after the break, it's going to be all about Whispering Palms here in Pattaya. I'm Daniel, and you watch My Second Home. We are back inside. I'm with my friend Case. How you doing, buddy?
Very good.
Yes, Case is the managing partner at Town and Country Property.
Correct.
All right, and you've been here how long exactly?
My company is based here nearly 10 years now, but I'm living here, what, 16 years?
Wow, all right.
Yeah.
So I guess Thailand, you know, the name of the show is My Second Home, but I guess it's been...
It's my first
it's
home.
First home. So there you go. So I'm actually very excited for two reasons. I used to, when I lived in Pattaya, I lived out here, just where we are right here, it's, you know, in the middle of the elite, I would say, in Pattaya. You can tell our viewers, where are we in Pattaya?
Yeah, we're located right near to Maparchan Reservoir, surrounded by elite neighbors, so to say. One of them is the Horseshoe Point, which is the biggest equestrian center in Southeast Asia. Soi Siam Country Club, the name already explains it, has the country club, the Siam Country Club, which is one of the most popular golf destinations.
Sure.
And the Thai Polo Club is just around the corner.
Right.
So and so are the direct shortcuts to the motorway.
Right. So that's a little bit the cool thing about living out here, and personally having lived here for a long time, it's you are living in Pattaya and you have, you know, like sort of a Tuscany feeling out of it. You know, there's this peaceful thing about being in Pattaya 20 minutes away, but it's peaceful, it's beautiful, and it's very high quality. And speaking of which, when we come back after the break, we're going to talk to Case about that, you know, everything behind the project here, Whispering Palms. So don't go away. I'm Daniel, and this is My Second Home. And we're back. I'm still here with Case. You're still watching My Second Home with Daniel. And I'd like to talk a little bit about the quality of the property here. It's, I mean, tall doors. I mean, you've looked for something special here.
Well, we've been into, let's say, the projects for quite a while now, and each time you try to improve your own designs, and as if, you know, my mom always used to say that once you build a property, you should be living in it for a couple of years just to make sure that it's done properly.
I've heard this before, actually. You know, some of the designers say the same thing.
Yeah, so you look at, you really look at details. I mean, it starts from the use of good materials, a clever lighting plan, a clever electric plan, small little design features. That doesn't necessarily include the furniture or the interior design, but the basics of the house. House needs to be functional, it needs to be easy to maintain, and it needs to be of such quality that you can live in it for many, many years to come.
And speaking of which, quality and elegance, you know, planning a house in an elegant way, because that's, you know, that's what I think of when I see these projects. We were talking about off camera before about basically most of these houses, they are either A, investments, or B, they are rent out objects for corporations.
It's, let's say, first of all, we start with the location of this project. Location in real estate terms is always the number one priority.
Sure.
We're located here on the east side of Pattaya, close to the motorway, close to the international schools, not far from the city. So the properties that we build here, I'd rather refer to them as executive homes. Whether you buy them as an investment for personal use or you rent them, because this area is, let's say, very high in demand when it comes to corporate tenants. There's a highly active industrial scene in the province of Chonburi. We're located right next to Lemchabang. Amata City is only 15 minutes from here, and so are Pingtong, Eastern Seaboard, loads of industrial estates with a lot of corporate management working there. When they're assigned from their company and they move from abroad to Thailand, very often they come with a 3 or 5 years contract. They move over with the family, so what they're looking for is a very good location to travel to work. They're looking for security, which we have available on the project, of course, and they're looking at a decent sized house. Now, all of these properties built here accommodate 4 ensuite bedrooms. They come with a private pool. They're either furnished or unfurnished, that's a personal call.
So I guess like a lot of people that do want to stay here for a longer time, maybe want to bring their own furniture or something.
Okay. Some of that management will have an allowance so they can ship their own furniture with them. Some others don't. So the choice is yours. We've got properties, all of the properties here are fully built. There's no more construction going on site. That means it's all done and dusted, and each property that you see is ready to move in.
Right. So a question pops up, and so if for all our viewers watching, if they want to make an investment, let's say that somebody want to buy a house and rent it out, how would that work out?
Oh, very easy. It's a hassle-free investment to start with, because this is one of those properties, and there's not many of them around, where we supply 7 days per week rental management and property management. So we've got our own staff on board, and you can ask them any question from where's a good restaurant to, hey, my aircon is broken.
Oh, that is so important. That is so important. Yeah,
that's very important.
Yeah.
So what we do
they're just
is
a phone call away, basically.
You make the investment, you purchase the house, we will find you the tenant, we will sign up the contracts, we will check them in, we will check them out, and you just receive the monthly rent.
Well, that sounds great. So when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about living out here and strategics. But all that when we come back. I'm Daniel, and you're watching My Second Home. All right, and we are back here. We were talking a little bit off camera about what you can get, buying, selling. Let's not even go in Bangkok, but here, if we compare this to a condo down in downtown Pattaya, like a condominium, what would you get? If you compare it,
probably nothing more than a 100 square meter condo.
Really, 100 square meters? Probably. And how big is this?
This is nearly 250 square meters interior.
Wow. So what we got, you've seen, and we're going to show you a little bit around and outside. Well, the pool is right there. You can just literally jump in the pool, and this is what you got is well, you'll do the math. And I think one thing that I thought about when I was driving in how many? There's not too many units.
No. It's a very family-orientated project. There's only 18 units.
Wow.
So yeah, it's small, but personal.
Personal, cozy.
Yes.
Yeah. And again, I think being out here, the first thing is like, oh, what happens? What if we only here for 2 days? The management here is amazing. It's you just call and they'll be there in 2 minutes, fix you, help you out with if you need the laundry, the restaurants, help you with the schools, which are not too far away. If you got kids for international schools, they got great schools here. So there you go. What we're gonna do next, Case, I think you're gonna show me a little bit around, right?
With pleasure.
All right, so don't change that channel. We're gonna be right back after the break. I'm Daniel, and this is My Second Home. All right, so we had a great time here today. Thanks a lot, Case. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So you just invited me. You're actually going to see much more of this guy on next week's episode because you just invited me where?
To Movers and Shakers.
Wow. And what is Movers and Shakers?
It's corporate networking in Bangkok, and we organize a monthly event.
Monthly, huh?
Yes, and this Friday you're welcome at the Banyan Tree for our next event.
Wow, the Banyan Tree is one of my favorite places in Thailand. Actually, it looks great up there.
It's wonderful, yes, it is. One of my favorites as well.
All right, so I guess I'm going to see you up there. It's how far?
60th
Wow.
floor? 60th floor.
Oh, wow, it's amazing. So I guess I'm going to see you next week up there.
Okay.
And yeah, thanks again here.
Okay.
And if you want to talk to Kay, so all the people on his staff, call these numbers. They speak, English, Thai, you name it. So call here, and if you want to ask about this guy, just ask for Kay.